I have got some fragrances for you that smell so good. If you spray them in the air, they're gonna turn to sunshine. Harlem Nights. Seriously. I managed to find 11 fragrances in my collection that are going to be perfect for the upcoming Valentine Day weekend. Oh, well, can we say weekend? Well, yeah, it's still gonna be a weekend because most people will celebrate it Saturday or the following Saturday. But I've got some fragrances that I think would make pretty good suggestions for you guys to wear on that special day. So meet me on the other side of this intro and we're going to get right into it. Hey, I'll see you in a second. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy, Trey Sense. Man, have I got a lineup for you today. Now, you know how I do it here on the channel. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Some of these are going to be niche, just a few. Most of them are going to be designer. Some of them may be higher end designer. Some of them may not be. But the object is to make you reach off into your collection and maybe pick up something that you may not have thought about. For those of you who have dates for the Valentine weekend, and you know, for those of us who don't, well, we still smell good. Anyway, let's get right into it. No further ado as I clean my old dirty glasses. This is a house that I like a lot. I like the bottles from this house, and these are no introduction. When I hold this up, you're gonna know who it is. It's from the house of Valentino, and this is Born in Roma. Sweet, modern fragrances. I give myself just a hint of it. I don't want to spray too much. I don't want to waste no juice, y'all. But yes. Depending on what part of the country that you're in, depends on the weather. It's gonna get cool. It's been hot the last couple of days, but it's going to cool off tomorrow and then cool off Saturday. And then midweek next week, around the big day, around the 14th, we're gonna be looking at the 70s. So just depending on where you're at, depending on the weather. But this one is one that is very, very modern. It's not groundbreaking or anything new, but to me, it smells good. It is a sexy fragrance. And every time I go to the mall, it's one of the ones that they try to sell me in there, which again, I may go to the mall and treat myself this weekend to a really nice V-Day gift. I don't know yet. But nonetheless, Born in Roma from Valentino is a beautiful one. And I think that will be a nice date, whether you decide to cook something for your lady at home and spread it on your hoodie, or whether you're outside to go down to the Sizzler or the IHOP, whatever move you make. I think Valentino Born in Roma will be a good one to wear. It is a very sexy, romantic fragrance, but at the same time, still modern. This one, some of you may have in your collection if you're fortunate enough to get it before the prices went up. Some of you may not have. And I had a decant bottle of this that came with my purchase, and I regret selling it now that it's been discontinued or giving it away. And it is from the house of Paco Rabanne, RIP to Paco. And this is 1 Million's Prive. And this is a nice fragrance as well, as I give myself just enough to refresh my memory. And people say stuff like, you can't find good fragrances at TJ Maxx. I found this at TJ Maxx. Actually, my ex-wife found it as we hit the door and parted ways. She comes walking up to me with this tin and goes, "Do you have this?" And I'm like, "No, I do not." "Do you want this?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do." And it was this, Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Prive in a gift set. It was this, 7 mil, maybe 10 mil travel. And then the oddest thing, it was 1 million body wash. Not Prive body wash, but just 1 million. I guess they didn't make a body wash for this. But nonetheless, alluring, inviting, just a nice fragrance. Speaking of allure, there are tons of fragrances that I could have pulled out for this video, but you have to narrow it down. I'll be here for 5 hours talking. Chanel Allure and Chanel Allure Home Sport would also be beautiful fragrances to wear on Val's Day, especially Chanel Allure. That would be a good one. But we're talking about this one. And this one is just a nice, sweet, easy to wear. Again, it's a little bit dressy, in my opinion. If you don't have this one, maybe you have Mercedes-Benz Club Black. Gives you the same vibe. Maybe you can wear that. It's also a sexy, sexy type of fragrance. And I think you're going to be smelling good. You're going to have the whole place stinking if you wear this. 1 Million Prive by Paco Rabanne. All right, let me get a niche one in here. And this was hard not to put, well, from the house of Nishane, it is Ani. And I just rubbed my finger across this while ago and it got all over my hand. And yeah. No, that's not Ani. That's on my hand. That's Fan Your Flames, which every time I pick up my bottle of Fan Your Flames, I can't help but think about JP and Manny when I was in Texas, and the little perfumer Ricardo, I can't think of his last name, in his line, he helped develop fragrances for Nishane Ani and Fan Your Flames. But nonetheless, I really like this fragrance. I really do. I really like this fragrance. It has a certain amount of masculinity to it, but it also lends itself to you with some sweetness, and it's just rich, warm, and inviting. It just says, come here, smell me, enjoy me. I'm doing this for your pleasure. And I got a stupid good deal on this. I got mine for 80 bucks. No, it was less than 80 bucks. By the time I did taxes and shipping and everything, it came out to around $75 or $80, and it is well worth that price. I got mine from Macari. Be careful if you order anything off of any gray market. Read the reviews. Try to have some correspondence with the seller just to see what kind of person they are, and if they're not responding to your messages, don't buy it. Just, it's too good to be true. But I got a good price on this, made the guy a deal, said, listen, I review fragrances. He said, I know who you are. I've seen your channel. And I was just like, he said, and I'll give it to you for this price. And I said, so Ani, and that's just sexy. That's just a sexy, warm, inviting. I think that's a little bit of vanilla that I pick up on, but it's not an overly sweet vanilla. It's really done right. Great fragrance. Nishane's Ani. One of the 2 niche fragrances that I have on here. I guess I'll go ahead and get the other niche fragrance out of the way. And it is from the house of Parfums de Marly. And it is Leighton. I almost put Pegasus in here, but we're gonna go with Leighton. And this is just sweet. A little bit of tobacco, powerful fragrance. You don't need but a little bit of this, but this fragrance is a showstopper. It is a conversation starter. It is the type of fragrance that women smell on you. Now, I'm not sure I like this as much as I do red tobacco. Okay, let's just be honest. I'm just being honest. Red tea is so nuclear and it's so strong, and maybe that's why I like it because it's just a punch in the face, you know. But this is smoother, more refined, definitely easier to wear, and smells amazing. This is one of those fragrances that if you wear this, people are going to stop you and ask you, excuse me, what is that you're wearing? And they're gonna want to know. And you can tell them you're wearing Parfums de Marly's Leighton. It's definitely one that if I'm gonna spray this, then I'm definitely gonna dress it up and put something nice. Now you can do how you want to. You dress your fragrance the way that you want to. Me personally, if I pull this out, what does the Outcast say? Don't pull the thing out unless you plan to bang. If I pull this out, if I pull this Leighton out, man, bombs over Baghdad. That's all that's it. That's it. That's all I need to say. All right. Now I got a twofer for you. These are from the same house. And I like them both equally. And the house is YSL. And we have YSL's La Parfum and YSL Parfum. And I like them both. YSL Y, the Parfum. And again, much similar to the Valentino, really sweet fragrance, really easy to wear type of scent. Popular. Are you gonna smell different? No, you're not. You're not gonna smell different because the scent profile is a very popular scent profile today. Sweet. In my opinion, this fragrance should have been labeled, if it's not, should have been labeled unisex, because I definitely think it has enough sweetness in it that a young lady could pull it off and it would smell good on her. But it's not. It's made for a man. And I am a man and I love it. YSL is slowly becoming one of my favorite houses. Again, just a nice, sweet fragrance. Nice hoodie, sweater, anything like that. I mean, it's one that you can go either way with. You can dress it up, suit and tie it, and people are going to think you spent a lot of money, or you can t-shirt and blue jean it. You know, either way. That's what I like about the house of YSL. Their fragrances are a little bit expensive. This one I think I picked up from a fellow reviewer when he was selling off his collection and got a steal of a deal on it. This is the only way I could afford it in my collection, but that's just nice, man. That's nice. That's nice. The way I would dress that though was a polo, a nice pair of jeans, and a good comfortable pair of sneakers. That's how I would dress that. And the other one, again, La Parfum. This is just grown man sexy in a bottle. Grown man sexy in a bottle. A little bit of the sweetness that you get from the Parfum, but darker, deeper, and richer, more mature, more refined. But you get some of that same sweetness, but you know, again, it's a little bit richer and a little bit deeper. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, whichever one you have, I think would be a great fragrance for you to wear on Val's Day. But I like this one. Both of them are compliment getters, and yeah, people are going to tell you that you smell good, and you're going to own the room. You're going to own the room with those. 2 more. That's a double dose. And I like these, and they're very similar to the 2 that I just put down. From the house of Cool Waters, we have Cool Water, just water. Well, actually, this time it would be waters, wouldn't it? So from the house of Cool Water, we have, which one is this? Parfum, and we have Intense. Now, which one do I want to talk about first? Well, evidently it's Intense. And again, I got these at a really good deal. I got these on a trade. I traded 1 fragrance, I got like 6, so. Now, this one is similar to YSL Y Parfum. Maybe even sweeter with just a little bit of that Cool Water DNA in there, just a little bit. Compliment getting fragrance, Monster Projector, Monster Longevity. You don't need a lot of this. 3 to 4 sprays, maybe 5 at the most, and you're going to fill up the room, and people are going to smell you from a long ways. Yeah, that just smells good. A nice, sweet fragrance that any age can pull this off. Do not be afraid of this fragrance. If you see Cool Waters Intense at a discounter, I think you should pick it up. Again, is it a scent profile that is going to stand out and have you smelling different? No. Is it going to have you smelling good? Yes. And that's what you want this weekend. You want her to smell you and think, oh, that smells nice. You know, it doesn't smell like pine trees or petroleum or like you've been out by the fire all day. No, it's the complete opposite of all that. It smells like what it is. This is a fragrance that a pretty boy will wear. But hey, it smells good, and that's all that matters. From the house of Davidoff, it is Cool Water Intense. I may have said from the house of Cool Water, but it's not the house of Cool Water, it's the house of Davidoff from the line of Cool Water. And this one is Parfum. And just like with the La Parfum, you have a little bit more of a refined fragrance with this. And I like them all. I think this smells really, really good. This one to me is a little bit watery, a little bit more watery. I'm not saying it smells watered down. I'm just saying it smells a little bit more fresh, I guess would be the best word. And then it starts to dry down, and then you get some of that richness that you expect from a parfum. That smells nice. Definitely a more romantic fragrance than the Intense, but the Intense kind of says, "Hi, look at me." You know, the parfum kind of just comes into the room and gets noticed. Doesn't have to say anything. But nonetheless, this still smells pretty amazing. You can't go wrong with either one. You really, really can't. For me though, it's gonna be the Parfum. Now the Intense, again, this is good too. This is good too, but it's just a little bit louder, a little bit stronger, a little bit more pronounced, you know, where this one is, you know, just, again, stellar. Let's just chill. We don't have to make a scene. And you pick up just a little bit of aquatic with that green in that, and that's a nice fragrance. That's a nice fragrance. I got 3 more. This one I have told people about. It's just a great smelling fragrance from the house of Lacoste. It is Loam Intense. Now, if you just have regular Loam, that is fine as well, because it is beautiful as well. I have them both, Loam and Loam Intense. And this is definitely a fragrance I will pull out to wear on Val's Day. Oh my goodness. It has a very sexy, natural citrus in it. And I know you probably think, well, it's probably going to be too cool for it. Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because it's a mellowed out citrus, not a loud, obnoxious citrus. It's not a juvenile type of citrus. It's actually a grown man type of scent. How would I dress this one? Jeans and a nice button down. If you got you some Chelsea boots, throw them on. If you got you some slip-ons, throw them on. If you're rocking Air Max, Air Forces, Skechers, J's, whatever. That's the beautiful thing about a fragrance like this, is you can dress it up or you can dress it down. You can suit and tie it, or you can, as the boy T Smell Good says, you can put on them hooping shorts, man. Hooping shorts approved, man. But it's just a great smelling fragrance. It does kind of lean more towards warmer weather or daytime, but because it just depends on when you're getting your activities in. I mean, we're grown, so you got to get it in when you can get it in, right? I mean, you may have to work that night, so you may be doing a lunch date with your baby. I mean, it's just whatever, you know. But again, I do think you can definitely pull this off in the winter, because it's not a loud, obnoxious citrus. It's just right. Great fragrance for the money, in my opinion. The Lacoste Loam and the Lacoste Loam Intense. I think they are both banger fragrances for the price that you pay. And I've got 2 more, and this one is one that I think is Azzaro's The Most Wanted. And this is a Parfum concentration. We'll be adding Azzaro's Most Wanted Parfum. I have Wanted and Wanted by Night and The Most Wanted. I had Jeremy Fragrances Date for Men, but it just reminded me so much of Wanted by Night. I was able, for a change, to send JP something, you know, that he didn't have and it was very interested in getting. So I sent it to him. He was like, Trey, on the cool. I love it, man. And he wears it quite often. Just saying that to say I have Wanted by Night. And if you have it, or if you have the OG Wanted, You can easily wear that on this special weekend and it will smell great. I don't think I've ever worn either one of the wanted fragrances and not received 2-3 unsolicited compliments, but we're talking about the most wanted. I think it's the sexiest out of the line, which I haven't smelled most wanted parfum yet, but I may be picking that bad boy up this weekend. If I go to Dillard's and they got a good sale on, I'm getting it. But Dillard's never has sales. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Sweet, 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 sweet. So sweet, so easy to wear. Oh, perfect for this time of the year. And then something in there gives it a little bit of a burnt smell, but it's not, it's not an over the top obnoxious smell. It's very subtle. Gives it that Middle Eastern vibe to it. Ooh, it smells good. But again, this is one hoodie, sweater, sweatshirt. Just come here, smell me, chill with me. Let's catch a vibe, reminiscing, all of that stuff. Yes, 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 yes. Bang. The most wanted by Azzaro. Definitely one that you can pull off this weekend. And last but certainly not least, this fragrance needs no introduction. It is powdery goodness, and in my opinion, this company does iris and powdery scents better than anybody doing it. And the company is Prada. And we're talking about Prada Black. And they say you can't find good fragrances at rag stores. I got this at Burlington. Burlington Coat, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Listen, you got to start wearing your fragrances more when you have to prime them to get them to spray out. This is about the 3rd or 4th fragrance that I picked up recently that I haven't worn in such a long time that I had to pump it 3 or 4 times to get it to spray. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, I love doing these type of videos, man. I love doing these type of videos because it gives me a chance to smell all these fragrances and realize how fortunate I am to have so many great smelling options. In fact, when I get ready to go out somewhere nice, it's one of the hardest decisions that I have to make is what fragrance am I gonna wear? But all of these are semi-affordable. I think the most expensive one on the list may be the Perfumes de Marly, or the Nishane, or the YSLs. So I said that because I was thinking about fragrances like my Zaharovs or some of my Creeds or some of that stuff, but that could get pricey. I would, if I were going on a really, really sophisticated date, which I don't do, I would pull out Royal Oud because I love vetiver, and that vetiver oud combination, it is amazing. But I'm not. So, and every time I move, I'm smelling that Lacoste is really, really coming through. That would cut through the cold, even though it's a citrusy based fragrance. Now, this powdery, sweet, clean, dark, romantic, all of that is in this little bottle right here, Prada Black. If you have this one, it's definitely one that you should consider wearing. As I sit here grinning like a big old chess cat, I'm thinking, I wonder what it would smell like if you layered this with that Lacoste. Then you'd smell like a powdery lemon. But anyway, nonetheless, you'd be smelling fabulous. While some people walking around here smelling like fabuloso, we walking around here smelling fabulous because reviewers like myself give you the real. But nonetheless, Prada Luna Rossa Black. Love it. All right, man, that is it. That is 10 or 11, however many it ended up being, fragrances from my collection that I think you guys, if you have it in your collection, should reach for on Val's Day. Now, there's so many. It's so many. Again, Chanel, Aqua de Joe is one of the most complimented and loved fragrances. Perilous 360 Red, Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDTR EDP. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue is a fragrance that people have forgotten about, but women love that scent. They really do. Again, we talked about the Wanted line. We talked about the Zaharos. We talked about Encre Noir, Banana Republic. I mean, there's so many fragrances that you can pull out. You know, if you've got the Al Hermains, there's so many that you, Polo Red Intense, Polo Red Parfum. There's just a plethora of fragrances that you can pull out as I glance across the room at my John Barbados, you know, CK1 Shock, just anything that's gonna make her want to come close to you and cuddle and be in your environment is what you should wear. And again, I want to stress this because I don't think reviewers stress this enough. Don't focus so much on what's not in your collection. Focus on what is in your collection, because the objective is to smell good. And if you're doing that with Bodman body spray and Axe and what, be proud of that. Spray up, stay up, and smell good. Now, with that being said, you already know I've got to get off of here, edit this video, thumbnail it, and get it ready so you can see it. Happy weekend to everybody. As when you see this, it's going to be Friday. You will see me again Sunday, right before Super Bowl, and we'll talk a little bit about the Super Bowl picks. I think Kansas City's going to take it. But anyway, man, I so appreciate you all for sticking around for a little small time reviewer like myself. I greatly appreciate you all. Let me know what you're gonna pull out for this special weekend for lovers. Yeah, let me know what you're gonna pull out. Now, gotta go. Gotta edit it, thumbnail it. So I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, peace.